مع مجتمعات على مستوى الشعبي. رسالة
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
A very good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. South Sudan has made notable progress in mapping and planning interventions against several neglected tropical diseases, but major gaps persist in addressing some of the country's most debilitating infections, health officials revealed on Wednesday. The Kenyan government, through its embassy in South Sudan, has advised its nationals in the country to avoid traveling to conflict-prone areas as the security situation continues to deteriorate due to the ongoing armed conflict. And Senegal manager Pape Thiaw has been banned for 5 games after the chaotic scenes during the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations final against Morocco this month. This and many more all coming in this news bulletin, and now the news in detail. South Sudan has made notable progress in mapping and planning interventions against several neglected tropical diseases, but major gaps persist in addressing some of the country's most debilitating infections, health officials revealed on Wednesday. The update was presented during the 5th annual review meeting of the neglected tropical diseases convened by the Ministry of Health in partnership with development partners and donors. The ministry reported that full mapping has been completed in endemic countries for trachoma, lymphatic filariasis, soil-transmitted helminths, and liosis, marking a significant milestone in the country's elimination efforts. According to the data, trachoma affects 35 counties, lymphatic filariasis 51 counties, soil-transmitted helminths 6 counties, and liosis 58 counties, all of which have been identified and targeted for preventive chemotherapy interventions. Kenyan government, through its embassy in South Sudan, has advised its nationals in the country to avoid traveling to conflict-prone areas as the security situation continues to deteriorate due to ongoing armed conflict. In a letter dated 28th January, the Embassy of the Republic of Kenya in Juba advised Kenyan nationals in South Sudan to exercise maximum caution and remain conscious of their personal safety. The Kenyan government has also urged its citizens living abroad to register with Kenyan embassies and missions in their respective countries to facilitate the provisions of consular services and enable swift evacuation during the events of emergencies. The advisory comes as South Sudan security situations continues to deteriorate amid ongoing armed conflict. This is iRadio News. The Minister of Housing, Land and Public Utilities of Central Equatoria State has ordered an immediate end to all land demarcations and planning activities in the state. According to the Minister David Morbey, the order affects the 6 counties of Central Equatoria State, the Juba City Council and Wanduruba Administrative Payam. The order states that no county Payam or Juba City Authority is allowed to carry out new land demarcation or surveying on its own. All such initiatives and activities must now be conducted only through the Ministry of Housing, Land and Public Utilities with full involvement of communities and local authorities. Juba and other parts of Central Equatoria State have continued to face growing land grabbing by powerful individuals who sometimes use force to dispose legitimate land ownership. And now to the international scene. Senegal manager Pape Thiaw has been banned for 5 games after the chaotic scenes during the 2025 AFCON games in Morocco. The Confederations of African Football (CAF) issued Thiaw with $100,000 ban and a fine, saying he was guilty of unsporting conduct and bringing the game into disrupt. It was one of the number of fines handed out totaling to at least $1 million following the game. The final on 18 January in Rabat, which Senegal went on to win 1-0 against Morocco, descended into disarray when Senegal's player left the field. Later, Morocco were awarded a stoppage time penalty. And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump says Russia's Vladimir Putin has agreed not to attack Ukraine's capital Kyiv and other cities and towns for a week due to extraordinary cold weather. Russia has not confirmed any such agreement, but Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky welcomed Trump's announcement and said they expected Russian to keep its promise. Trump did not specify when the pause would begin, but temperatures in the Ukrainian capital are due to plummet from Thursday night and reach 24 degrees Celsius or 11 F in the next few days. Russia has intensified attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure during the bitter winter, as it has during cold period since the full-scale invasion began in 2022. This is iRadio News, and now to end this bulletin, here are the recaps on the top stories once again. South Sudan has made notable progress in mapping and planning interventions against several neglected tropical diseases, but major gaps persist in addressing some of the country's most debilitating infections, health officials revealed on Wednesday. The Kenyan government, through its embassy in Juba, has advised its nationals in the country to avoid traveling to conflict-prone areas as the security situation continues to deteriorate due to the ongoing conflict. Senegal manager Pape Thiaw has been banned for 5 games after the chaotic scenes during the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations final against Morocco this month. This is iRadio News. That's the end of the morning news. If there's a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message on +211 925 287 870. It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic at the top of the hour. I am Darlington Moses. Thanks for listening.